All right, everybody, I need some help. So in the last video that I had on this machine, I had just gotten the plow set up, put together, and I was so excited to fire this thing up and try out the plow. And it wouldn't start, which was weird because honestly, ever since I got it, it's always started. And the first thing I thought to do was I charged the battery more, thinking the battery was practically dead, but I pulled the plug and did the classic, you know, ground the spark plug on the engine block and see if it had spark, and it did not have spark. And I've been messing with this thing for the last week or so, trying everything that I can think of to try to get it to get spark back. Originally, excuse me, originally I thought that we had a week where it was like 100 degrees outside, and inside of my garage it was 120 and like 100% humidity. I thought maybe there was some condensation on the points. And then that was, you know, causing an issue. So what I did, there is a channel called, I apologize if I get this wrong. I think it was called Zippo Varga Small Engine Medic. And I've known about this guy's channel for the longest time. I remember watching his videos way back in the day when I had a different YouTube channel. He had a video about condensation on these points where you use some really fine grit sandpaper and you just kind of turn the engine over until they open, and then you stick this paper in there and then turn the engine over, get it to close, and then, you know, you do that a few times until you get some material off of the points so then it can work again. I tried that, and I didn't solve anything. And then I realized that I had spark on this thing up until the point that I hooked up this plow to the bottom here. And this square tubing here, I welded this in while it was hooked to the tractor, and I believe I did not have the ground unhooked, which I usually do. And I completely forgot about it. And so I welded on this pretty heavily. I mean, I welded those on, but like I put a ton of weld inside of this square tube. And I realized that maybe welding on this without the ground removed off the battery might have fried something. I've had a nightmare with parts lately. I couldn't find the points for this anywhere in my town. I ended up ordering some online. I actually went into a small engine shop. They got me the part number for this engine because I brought in the model type and code, and they got me the number for the aftermarket points and condenser. So that's ordered, it's on its way. So if it is this setup here that maybe got fried from welding, then I'll see when that comes in the mail. But then I'm also wondering about the coil. So this is the coil that came on it. This is an International Harvester 12 volt, part number 66385. And obviously it's probably older, but if you've watched my video series on this tractor, you know that it started really well. It sat in a barn forever and started right up when I put a battery and gas in it. So I haven't had this tested yet, and I cannot find a compatible coil like this, because I figured if it worked with this coil, then getting the same coil, you know, if that was what was bad, it should work again, but I can't seem to find a compatible one. I did a stupid thing and I took the coil off of my John Deere 212, and that had, I don't know what this is, an external condenser or something, resistor, I don't know. And obviously that didn't work, and I don't think my John Deere uses points anyways, so I don't think that coil would work anyway. Then I got impatient, and my local Tractor Supply had this one. Obviously it says 6 volt on there, I know, but it's for 6 volt without external resistor or 12 volt with external resistor. I read reviews online about this particular coil, and a lot of people were talking about how they were working on their really old Cub Cadets and whatnot. So I thought I'd give it a try. I was impatient. And that's what's on there right now. And still no spark. And I even went through some old video footage. This is probably really hard to see. I went through some footage to make sure that I'm hooking the coil up right. The positive side goes right here. And yeah, I know this wiring's really crappy. There was a connector here that failed, and I thought maybe that was what originally happened, so I used this twisty deal. And it's making contact, I know it is. I've checked all the connections up top that are visible. But anyway, so the positive wire, or this wire, is going to the positive on this coil, and the negative goes down along the side of the grill, and then that goes into the little points deal here. And so obviously this coil is not working, which I have no idea if it's even the right one. Obviously it's a 6 volt, so anyways, I'm just getting impatient with it. One other thing is that when I stick the hood on this, the hood fits really tight. And I almost wonder if I didn't like sever a wire or something underneath of here. After this video, I'm taking this gas tank off and I'm gonna take a better look at everything. So I don't know what the deal is here. I don't know if it's the coil that's wrong. I don't know if it's the points that are bad. I don't know if it was condensation that originally caused this with the points. I don't know if it was me welding on this that fried something. Now I'm worried about whatever this thing is. I don't know if that's a module or what. I'm hoping I didn't ruin anything in that. The starter generator, I'm hoping I didn't do anything to that. I mean, it still turns over, so you would think that I didn't ruin it, but... And I know a lot of this wiring's really not good either. And, maybe something wiggled loose underneath the dash, and then it was just kind of a fluke deal. But anyway, so anyone watching this video, let me know what you think. I would love to show this video to Zippo Varga. He has excellent videos, not just on all makes and models, but really he has some simplicities like this model. I mean, he has some awesome stuff on there. You should really check out his YouTube channel if you ever have questions on any of this stuff. But all this electrical stuff and parts, and that's exactly why I put $100 Chinese clone engines on these Sears. Because I'm very impatient when it comes to wiring and batteries, and especially on older stuff, then you have to buy, specialized parts like points and condensers and coils and all kinds of stuff. But I am smart enough to know on these Sears you can get away with putting cheap Chinese engines on them, no problem. But I know better than to put one of those engines on a unit like this. It is what it is because of the awesome original engine on it, And it runs good and everything. It's just I lost my spark. So, but I love this unit and I cannot wait to plow with it. I just got to get it running again. So if anyone has any ideas, yeah, I'm open to trying anything really at this point. I don't know a lot about electric stuff. I just don't. And I was gonna get a carb kit for it. It's got some gas leaking out of it, and just by hearing it run, I can tell it needs a cleaning. Who knows how long that terrible gas was in that carburetor. I'm surprised it even runs, to be honest with you. But yeah, I want to get this thing back up and running and make some more videos with it. And you know, I got some plans for it for sure, but I just got to get all that stuff figured out first. So, well, I guess if anything, when my parts come in, you know, I could always try that and maybe it'll work. I don't know. But if anyone has any advice, any ideas, anything, let me know. All right. Thanks for watching.